you guys, and welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, hey girl, hey, my name is Katria and welcome to another video. For those of you that are my lovely returning subscribers, thanks for tuning in to yet another video. If you have not already, make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe so that you can be notified each and every time that I drop a video. So y'all, today we are going to do something. You know what? I don't like it. I'm just kind of stuck in this. Okay, never mind. So today we are going to do an update. So as you can see in the title of the video, this is my 2-year update, right? My 2-year update. So y'all, 2 years ago, I relocated from South Carolina to Raleigh, North Carolina. And when I tell you so much has changed from then to now, it's mind-blowing. So if you haven't already watched that video, I'm gonna have it up in the cards above where you can go take a look at it after you watch this video, or I will also add it to the end of the vlog, the end of this video, so you can go back and watch it, just so that you can kind of get some context to, you know, the things I'm going to discuss while going through this video. So you guys, whenever I relocated here, I was 1 year post a breakup. I had experienced a really crazy breakup from my ex-girlfriend. It was like the worst breakup I've ever experienced. It was very volatile. I could have lost my life. Essentially, like, it was crazy. The fact that I survived that time in my life was definitely an illustration of God showing me that there is work for me to do out here in the earth. Like, he has kingdom work that is assigned to my name that is requiring my presence in this season, and I give him all the glory because I could have died. So yeah, so I went through a breakup with her, and then I was healing, you know, rebuilding my life, just really trying to reestablish things because I had literally lost everything. Like, y'all, I lost everything down to clothes, underwear, shoes, socks, bras, like bleached up all my things, stole things out of my home, busted TVs, destroyed things. I mean, I was down to nothing. Like, I could barely even afford to pay my rent. My lights got disconnected, y'all. It was bad, but I was able to reestablish and to just regain everything plus more that I had lost during that season. So once I had overcame that 1 year post relationship, I had gotten a new job and I was working as a facilitator for a BPO in my state, my home state. And I was working for TELUS International, which is a third-party call center that supports tons of other projects.
Unknown caller.
My project was a bank, so I was a trainer for the bank. So I was doing really well. I really enjoyed the job. I love facilitating. I love teaching. And it was just a great experience until it became not so great. So essentially, it got real ghetto. It was a new company, and they just hired all the wrong people. Like, just be for real. Like, they literally hired all the wrong people. And so I basically had a ghetto employee, and me and her got into it. Long story short, I ended up resigning so that I wouldn't be fired over some context that she heard, allegedly. We're gonna leave it there. So I quit. So at this point, y'all, I have rent, I have my responsibilities. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. And so I had already been contemplating moving here to Raleigh, and at this point I had nothing to lose. I was no longer in a relationship. I lost a job that I liked, and I'm like, what is holding me back? And my lease was almost up. So I went ahead. Long story short, y'all, I do have a longer video on what the details were, but long story short, this is just me fast forwarding the events. I basically just sold everything in my apartment. I basically just sold everything in my apartment, y'all, and I packed up my clothes and I applied for an apartment out here. My first move here was into a student living where basically you just have roommates. So I moved into an apartment. I got approved for an apartment here. Found a job before I came. Y'all, all of these things, y'all, happened within like dang near 2 weeks, and I was gone out there. So now we're here. Now we're here. So I've been here 2 years later. I'm still here. I'm still here. And you guys, do I regret moving to this state? No. This was the best decision I could have ever made. Moving here, I was nervous. I did not know what to expect. Y'all, I had less than $1,000 to my name, okay? But I moved here. I trusted God. I listened to his voice. I prayed and I asked God to just guide and lead me. And he did just that plus more. Y'all, when I got here, I started working. My apartment was not ready whenever I moved, so I did stay with my best friend for about 4 months or 3 months. It was 3 months. I stayed with her for 3 months before my apartment was ready. And y'all, I took that leap of faith and God carried out the rest. So ever since moving, like, I started off, when I moved here, I was working for Spectrum. After working for Spectrum that was my transition job. So to people that are considering relocating to another state, definitely, if you are ready to go and you know that it is your time, it is your season to leave, maybe you don't have to get the job that you ultimately desire, but get a job that can sustain you until you get here. That was my thought process. So that's what I did, and that worked for me. So I found a job that could sustain me, and I moved here. And I then was offered another position after being with Spectrum for a month. I went back into facilitating. So I was working there for over a year. That's a whole nother video. I have a video on the reason why I quit that job. But y'all, every need has been supplied. Every need has been supplied. There has been so much it's been so much personal development. One of the first things that I did after establishing myself here was I started getting into my health. For those of you that don't know, I have dealt with obesity my entire life, and I was just ready for a change. I was in a new state. I was just enjoying like this new place and this new space of thinking for me, and I just wanted a complete change. And my next big thing was looking into weight loss options, and I started my weight loss journey, y'all. Whenever I moved here, I was 450 pounds, and today I am 93 pounds down. And I have this huge transformation. Like, my move has been so personal. Like, I have grown so much character-wise, maturity levels. I knew that this was divine. Like, this was God. Like, he needed to remove me from that space, that place I was, and put me here so that he can have me to himself to help get me to the next place that he had predestined for me. Okay, so as I'm in this space of personal development and personal growth, I meet a guy, and it's like I'm in this new state, and like I'm not even looking for anybody. I'm not looking for nothing. Actually, I'm really trying to turn up. I'm really trying to have me a great time, and I'm trying to just mingle, and I'm trying to just meet people and just like date or whatever. But God said something else. He said something else, and there was more for me. He had other things in mind. Girl, I meet this guy, and like he's different. Like, he's different. Weird, but he's different. And we start dating, and he starts showing me around. And y'all, my mom had told me, she was like, girl, he's gonna be around. He's gonna be around. And 2 years later, y'all, he is my husband. Like, I'm married. It's like, what? Y'all, whenever we see these memes on the internet, and you see these quotes and stuff like, a year from now, 2 years from now, is your life going to look the same? Or are you going to remember that 2 years from now? Girl, no, you're not. Like, it's so much. There's so much. Anything can happen in 6 months, in 4 months, in 1 year, in 2 years. There's so many things that can happen if you allow yourself to be open to what God can do. It takes you, y'all. We have to start. We have to surrender it all. We have to take that leap of faith. We have to listen to the voice that speaks to us, that tells us exactly what God sees for us. And we always have that inkling, that subconscious mind that tells us things, but sometimes we just don't listen, right? But you guys, I met my soulmate. Like, I have never been loved so good before. And coming from a space where I was healing through, and to meet something so good and so genuine and so amazing, and in a 2 year time frame, has been diabolical. So I meet my husband, and I am now post 1 month married. And I sit down and I reflect over this move, and I think about where would I be had I not listened to God and not taken his instruction when he said go. When he said drop everything and go, and I will figure out the rest. Y'all, he figured out the rest. And it's been so many blessings, y'all. I can't even explain in this video like everything that has happened to me in these 2 years, but I've been abundantly blessed. And this move was necessary for my life and my future, and so many things have just pieced together like a puzzle since I relocated and just followed the voice of the Lord. And is it always easy? No. I've went through some trying seasons here. I've transitioned multiple jobs. I have total lost the car, then the total lost vehicle that gets replaced with a new car shuts down on me, and I have to get another car. Like, I've had issues, you know. I've had bad roommates. Like, I had a bad roommate situation going on, friend. Like, we moved into a new apartment. There have been things that I have had to figure out and work through, but at no time did I feel like I made the wrong choice. At no time did I feel like I needed to be on my way back home, because God always provides. God always provides. He is Jehovah Jireh, and he literally makes ways. Okay. Literally makes ways. And for those things, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the season. I'm grateful for everything that I had to endure to push me into this space of growth. And I'm so happy and blessed that I did not allow fear to be the deciding factor for me, because so many times it's hard whenever we are considering entering into unknown territory, not knowing what to expect, but just trusting in an entity as such as the Lord Jesus Christ, and knowing that he is faithful and that he has your back. Like, he's walking with you, so you're covered and you're good. And sometimes, like, we know God, but we still don't trust him in the capacity that he deserves, and then we wonder why we are in some seasons of our lives that we don't even know if we're coming or going. And I knew that this move was right in my head before I came. It felt right, but he solidified those thoughts and feelings when I got here, by always making provision. Like, literally, when I tell y'all, there has been no lack. There have been times now, let me tell y'all, let me really tell y'all, there have been seasons in my life where things got hard and I had to figure it out, and I had to hustle, and I had to, like, focus on the things that I needed to get done. And that's just life. Like, nothing about life is perfect. There are going to be storms. There are going to be times where you're going to have to fight. That's just how it is. You know, those seasons of my life, they build character. I consider that to be character building. But when I look at it overall, this is the best season that I've ever experienced. And I knew it was divine, because there's no way I had anything to do with everything that was happening. I am so undeserving of so many things that God makes possible for me. And when I look at my life, I'm just in complete awe and disbelief. But I know that I am a child of God, and there are certain things that we are automatically are qualified for because of our connection. And so that's why in this season of my life, I am definitely working on my connections and making sure that I am connecting to people that are kingdom driven, because everything attached to me wins, and that can also be reversed, you know. And so I wanted to give this update because I've had several people reach out to me from my move video, but I've never ever updated nobody. I did one update. I lied. I did one update, but I haven't updated since the last one. But I've had people that were relocating here that reached out to me about moving, and like, y'all, it's been great. And if you are somebody that's in the cusp of your life and you are considering a major change and you are on the fence about it, maybe you have prayed about it and God hasn't responded yet. Maybe you have prayed about it and he hasn't given you a complete yes. Or maybe you're considering to move and you haven't even consulted him yet. Start there. Because nothing about the journey is easy, but when you involve God, he makes sure that it's durable. He'll get you through. He'll get you through, and everything will balance out. Whenever it was time for me to move, I knew it was time because everything around me said yes. There will be no apprehensive feelings. When it's your time, you're going to do it with ease. And that's how it's been with me. Every decision I've had to make over the last 2 years, it's been easy. it ain't no switching up, right? It is no looking back. It's just been like, yep, okay. Like, it's just been that simple. And God has just really had my back, and it's really pushed me into a deeper, more intimate relationship with him, and I'm just so grateful. So whatever your plans are for this next season, write them down, pray over them, and follow the voice. Listen to that voice, follow that voice. And make sure that whenever you're making these plans, don't focus on what everyone else is saying, because sometimes that can distract you from your purpose and for what God has for you. But know that God is faithful, and he is always present, and he is just one prayer away. So you're never alone. Sometimes you can be surrounded by family and friends and still feel by yourself. So moving to another state doesn't put you in a place of loneliness, because when you're doing life with God, he always exists with you. And then doing life with him on your side, he will connect you to people. I haven't made a lot of friends since I moved. I haven't. I met a few, but I met my husband. Like, what greater thing could you do when I didn't even know that I was a bride in waiting? I never knew that that was where I was, but I was. I never knew what was required for me to meet my soulmate. But it happened. And I am blessed more far greater than I could ever express or explain. You guys, I am not currently employed. Y'all know me. If y'all watch me, y'all know me. But we ain't here talking about that right now. But God has provided. Like, he has provided. My social media content creation is a whole nother testimony. But just know that I'm in a season of trusting, and I'm in a season of surrendering and submitting to the voice of God. And you may not understand that, and it's not for you to understand. It's for me and him, right? But you guys, hopefully this message or this testimony is helpful. And if you like this kind of content, give your girl a like, comment, and let me know if this resonates in your own personal life. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Love you.